In a world where alliances often follow predictable patterns, a new and unexpected partnership is quietly taking shape on the global stage. A surprising and dynamic partnership is emerging between the Philippines and Israel, two nations separated by geography but united by ambition. The two countries are now moving toward a groundbreaking free trade agreement, signaling a significant shift in both their diplomatic and economic priorities. This isn't just another routine trade deal. It's a bold and strategic step to connect the Middle East and Southeast Asia in ways that haven't been seen before, opening up new corridors for commerce and collaboration. Historically, economic ties between the Philippines and Israel have been steady but relatively limited, with only modest exchanges in goods and services. That's what makes this sudden push for a comprehensive agreement all the more remarkable and noteworthy. Both countries are now looking beyond their traditional partners, seeking to diversify and strengthen their economies by forging new connections and exploring untapped opportunities. For the Philippines, this is a unique chance to tap into Israel's world-renowned innovation, especially in technology, agriculture, and security. For Israel, it's an opportunity to gain a foothold in one of Asia's fastest-growing and most dynamic regions, expanding its reach and influence. The announcement came after a highly productive joint committee meeting, with both sides expressing strong enthusiasm and a clear commitment to move forward together. Officials have outlined a detailed and ambitious roadmap, making it clear that this is more than just a symbolic gesture. It's a calculated and strategic move toward deeper economic integration and long-term partnership. If successful, this agreement could reshape the relationship between the two countries and set a new standard for cross-regional cooperation, inspiring others to follow suit. The world is watching closely as these two nations embark on an ambitious journey, with international observers eager to see what unfolds. Their leaders are betting on a future built on shared prosperity, mutual respect, and a vision for greater security and stability in their regions. This partnership could become a model for building strong, mutually beneficial ties, even between countries without a shared border or a long history of cooperation. It's a bold and visionary step that could change everything, not just for the Philippines and Israel, but for the future of international partnerships everywhere. At the heart of this growing partnership lies a pivotal free trade agreement, commonly known as an FTA, carefully crafted to eliminate trade barriers, reduce tariffs, and ultimately boost economic growth for both nations. For the Philippines, this agreement opens the door to greater access to Israeli markets, allowing local products and services to reach new customers and industries. For Israel, it represents a strategic gateway into the dynamic and rapidly expanding economies of Southeast Asia, with the Philippines as a key entry point. Both sides are working with a sense of urgency, pushing for a swift timeline and aiming to finalize the deal before the end of the current Philippine presidential term in 2028. This urgency highlights just how vital the FTA is to the long-term economic strategies and ambitions of both countries. Israeli leaders are also emphasizing the need for direct flights between Tel Aviv and Manila, a move that could transform not just business but also tourism, cultural exchange, and logistics. Establishing direct flights would make trade and travel far more efficient, cutting down transit times and unlocking a wealth of new opportunities for both sides. Both governments are committed to a transparent and inclusive process, actively consulting with business leaders, industry experts, and key stakeholders to ensure broad support. A joint feasibility study and comprehensive impact assessment will help guarantee that the agreement delivers real, balanced, and sustainable benefits for everyone involved. The FTA is more than just a trade pact. It's a forward-looking blueprint for a dynamic, innovative, and future-focused partnership between Israel and the Philippines. With the groundwork now set, both nations are poised to finalize a deal that could truly redefine and elevate economic ties for years to come. The FTA talks focus on areas where both countries can gain the most, aiming to create a win-win partnership that goes beyond just numbers on a balance sheet. Agriculture is a top priority. Israel's agri-tech expertise could help the Philippines boost food security and sustainability. By sharing cutting-edge irrigation and crop management techniques, both nations can work together to address climate challenges and ensure a stable food supply for future generations. Technology and innovation are also central, with Israel's startup culture offering valuable lessons and investment for the Philippines' growing tech sector. This collaboration could spark new ideas, foster entrepreneurship, and open doors for Filipino talent in the global tech scene. Joint ventures and knowledge sharing could accelerate digital transformation and create high-skilled jobs. By working together, both countries can nurture a new generation of innovators and problem solvers. Cybersecurity is another key area, with Israel's advanced capabilities helping the Philippines protect its digital infrastructure. As digital threats grow, this partnership could be vital for national security and business confidence. Training, technology transfer, and joint strategies could strengthen defenses and build trust in online business. These efforts will help both countries adapt to the fast-changing digital landscape. Direct flights are a practical but crucial point. Without them, the full potential of the FTA can't be realized. Improved connectivity will make it easier for people, ideas, and goods to move between the two nations. Easier travel would benefit business, tourism, and the transport of high-value goods. It would also encourage cultural exchange and deeper understanding between the peoples of both countries. The talks are about more than trade. They're about building a foundation for innovation, security, and growth. This is a chance to set the stage for long-term collaboration and mutual prosperity. Both sides see this as a chance to create new industries and opportunities. By combining their strengths, they can unlock new markets and drive economic progress. The FTA could transform sectors from agriculture to tech, making both economies more resilient and future-ready. It's a strategic partnership built on shared strengths, mutual respect, and a vision for sustainable development. The vision: a thriving, modern economic relationship that benefits not just businesses, but everyday people in both countries. To see the FTA's potential, look at current trade. In 2024, goods traded totaled $400 million, but growth has been inconsistent. The FTA aims to stabilize and expand this relationship, removing barriers and encouraging more robust trade. Investment tells a brighter story. Israeli direct investment in the Philippines jumped over 23% last year, showing real confidence. Israeli companies are committing long-term, creating jobs, and building businesses. The FTA will build on this momentum, opening new markets for Philippine exports and making the country a launchpad for Israeli firms into ASEAN. Experts predict bilateral trade could double or triple with the agreement in place. The real impact: more jobs, more opportunities, and a stronger economic engine for both nations. This isn't just about numbers, it's about prosperity for people on both sides. The FTA could be the catalyst for a new era of growth. The timing of this alliance is crucial. Amid global uncertainty, the Philippines and Israel are choosing cooperation over isolation. The Philippines is diversifying beyond traditional partners, while Israel is deepening its ties with Asia. An FTA with the Philippines gives Israel a foothold in ASEAN, one of the world's most dynamic economic blocs. This move is part of a broader Israeli strategy to look east and build resilient relationships. Both countries face complex regional challenges, but they're focusing on practical economic benefits. Their approach is pragmatic, prioritizing prosperity and shared interests over politics. This partnership is a proactive step, not a reaction to global shifts. By forging this alliance, they're shaping their own futures and sending a message. Economic security is national security. Cooperation and innovation can bridge distance and history. The world is taking note of this bold, forward-thinking move. The FTA is designed as a win-win. For the Philippines, Israeli technology could revolutionize agriculture and water management, improving food security and livelihoods. Closer ties with Israel's startup ecosystem could spark a wave of innovation and high-paying jobs. For Israel, the Philippines offers a vast young market and a gateway to ASEAN. Israeli firms gain a competitive edge and easier expansion into neighboring countries. The deal helps Israel diversify its economic relationships and strengthens diplomatic ties. Both nations leverage their strengths for mutual gain. This partnership is about more than trade. It's about building a modern, resilient future together. Israel's entry into the Asian Development Bank, ADB, adds a new dimension to this partnership. The ADB, headquartered in Manila, is key to regional development. Israel's membership means more opportunities for collaboration on Philippine projects, especially in water, energy, and smart cities. Israeli firms can now participate in ADB-funded initiatives, bringing innovation to Philippine infrastructure. Israel's contributions to the ADB could help finance critical projects in the Philippines, from transport to healthcare. This aligns perfectly with the FTA's goals, making the Philippines an even more attractive partner. Israel's presence in the ADB shows a long-term commitment to Asia's growth. It builds trust and strengthens the foundation for lasting partnership. For the Philippines, having Israel as an active ADB member amplifies the benefits of their bilateral agreement. This partnership is more than a bilateral story. It reflects global trends in trade and diplomacy. In a world of trade disputes, the Philippines and Israel show how middle powers can forge their own paths. Their agreement could inspire other nations to seek unconventional partnerships for growth. The FTA fits the trend of friendshoring, building resilient supply chains with trusted partners. Technology and innovation are at the heart of this deal, positioning both countries for the digital future. By linking the Middle East and Southeast Asia, they're contributing to a more interconnected, multipolar world. This partnership shows regions can build direct links, bypassing traditional power centers, the ripple effect a more balanced, stable, and prosperous global order. With the initial agreement signed, the next steps are clear. Both countries will conduct a joint feasibility study and consult with industries to shape a fair, effective FTA. Formal negotiations will follow, covering tariffs, investment protections, and intellectual property. Direct flights remain a top priority, essential for the FTA's success. Expect high-level meetings and technical groups as both sides push for a 2028 completion. This partnership is a case study in modern economic diplomacy, two different nations finding common ground. If successful, it could become a blueprint for others seeking new alliances. The focus on technology and innovation marks a shift in international cooperation. The journey is just beginning, but the potential is immense. The world will be watching as the Philippines and Israel chart a new course for partnership and prosperity.